So today we're going to be talking about a fantastic, affordable niche fragrance, which you can get for around $100 online. Yes, a niche fragrance for $100. Normally, you don't hear those two in the same sentence. Typically, when you think of niche, you're thinking of $200+, but you can get this fragrance for $100. That is Mancera Cedrat Boise. This is one of my personal favorites. It is the niche fragrance that I started with when I was first collecting. This is the first one I ever purchased, and I love it so much that I do have 2 bottles. Both were purchased by me just because this is a fragrance that I genuinely do enjoy, and in my opinion, you can't have enough of this stuff. So today I'm going to be reviewing this fragrance. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs when you can wear it, and ultimately if I think this one is worth picking up. But before we do jump into that, I do want to let you know that this video was brought to you by Fragrance USA. Now, we've worked with them a few times now. They are a fantastic fragrance website where you can go get hard to find niche fragrances at a discount. There's plenty of websites out there that you can shop and get niche fragrances, but most of the times you're going to be paying retail MSRP. That's just kind of how it is with a lot of niche luxury products. But Fragrance USA strives to bring you these hard to find niche fragrances at insane discounts. Mancera normally retails for $180 for this bottle size, but you can get it for $99.99 on their website. And if you get a tester, you can get it for, I believe, $89.99. So at the end of the day, you could get this for $90. A niche fragrance, 120 mils for $90 or $100 is an absolute steal. And the quality of this fragrance speaks for itself, and the amazing service at Fragrance USA speaks for itself as well. Guys, I'm sure you've checked them out by now, but if you haven't, hit that link down below. Go give them a shot. Go browse their selection. They have a ton of stuff to choose from Xerjoff, Creed, Mancera, Nishane. The list goes on. They have it all. And if you use my code CHAOS10, that will get you 10% off on all of your orders over there. Make sure you check it out. They'll be linked down below. So let's go and get into how this fragrance smells. When you first spray this one on, what you'll notice is you get hit with a lot of fruit in the opening, a nice fruity blast. Not really citrus here. You know, I'm not getting any bergamot or anything like that, but I am getting fruity notes, kind of a sweet fruity blend. Some of that sweetness is kind of coming from a bit of this woody depth that this fragrance has as well. If I was just to describe this to you in a handful of words, I would say that this is a sweet, fruity, woody scent, and that's really about all there is to it to me. And it may sound pretty simplistic, but there is still quite a bit of substance to this fragrance as well. And I do also want to address the elephant in the room, and that is the Aventus comparisons. I've talked about it before, usually when I bring this feature up in videos, but this fragrance really does not compare to Aventus. There's no difference. And I even get that comment when I talk about this fragrance. People will say, oh, it's not like Aventus, blah, 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 when I know it's not like Aventus, and that's a good thing. That's what you want. We have plenty of Aventus fragrances. Maybe they took some inspiration here and there from Aventus, but this is still its own thing. This is much more sweet. It goes in a completely different direction. It doesn't have that pineapple. It doesn't have that bergamot, which I get a lot of in newer Creed Aventus. It doesn't have that smoky kind of birch that you would normally expect from Aventus, older bottles of it. This is in a whole different category. So that's one thing I want to make you aware of. Don't purchase this if you think that you're going to get an Aventus type of fragrance. There's plenty others out there. Check out my Hasselvat review, which I also did with Fragrance USA. If you want something like Aventus, but is stronger and more depth, this one is in a world of its own. And that's a good thing. So if you don't want something like Aventus, give this one a shot if you want an ultra versatile, super affordable niche fragrance. Talking about when you can wear this one, this is a very versatile scent, like I just mentioned. Spring, summer, fall, winter, any time of the year, this one's going to work. And even though it's got that fruitiness, you may think, oh, it's going to be more for spring and summer. And while it probably is more suited for them, I would say, summer nights is kind of the prime time to wear this one if you just want to smell sexy and you're looking good and you're going out and having fun. Cedrat Boise on a summer night will slaughter it. But I've found myself a lot, especially when I first got it and even now, wearing it in the dead of winter. January, February, when it's like in the single digits here, I would wear this fragrance, and a lot of the reason was because how strong it performs, but also just because that depth that it has, it is able to hold up in the cooler weather, even though it's kind of fruity. It's got a lot of that woody depth and sweetness to where it'll work when it's super cold as well. Which does lead me to the performance part of this video, which is, one of the best parts about this fragrance, especially at the price point, is its performance is monstrous. Longevity on my skin, it's an easy 10 plus hours. Every time I wear it without fail, I know I can apply this 2 sprays to my skin and I'm going to be set for the whole day and then some. I don't have to worry about it. In terms of projection, it is one that will push out way past my personal space to the point where, again, with just a couple sprays, you're going to be outside of kind of your, comfort zone, and people will be able to pick it up on you. So that's one thing you have to keep aware of as well. If you don't want to be getting that much attention, go light on this one. Maybe spray under your shirt a little bit as well to help hold it back. But this one will push out pretty far and it will leave a nice sillage as well. So that's something to be aware of. For most of you though, I know you like that beast mode projection, or at least pretty close to beast mode this one is. It is a strong scent that will get you noticed. And it is worth mentioning, of course, that this is an EDP concentration. So you get that great EDP longevity, but you also get this really strong projection as well. Compliment factor on this one, of course, is going to be fantastic. This is another one of those things that this fragrance kind of got hyped for, a couple of which, one of which being, of course, the performance, to the performance to price and quality ratio, the fact that this one is affordable, and 3, the compliments. That is one area where you can compare this to Aventus to, and the fact that Aventus is known for getting a lot of compliments, and Cedrat Boise is also known for getting quite a few compliments. This one will rake them in for you. It just is pleasing. It's just so satisfying to smell. It's so sexy. It's so smooth. It's a bit warm, even though it is still fruity and kind of fresh. It just has a lot going on. And like I've talked about before, when you take a fragrance and combine a bit of a freshness with a bit of a sweetness, you take those and you combine them together, because typically you'll have people on either side of the camp. Some people like fresh fragrances on men. Some people like sweet fragrances on men. You combine them, then you're appealing to a wide variety of people, and those typically do work the best for getting compliments. No exception here. If you want to get noticed, you want to get positive feedback, and you want to be wearing a product which a lot of other people aren't wearing, Cedrat Boise is a fantastic place to put your money. Like I said before, this is my first niche fragrance. This is where I started, this actual bottle right here. Of course, I have my other backup bottles sitting around as well, but this stuff is incredible bang for your buck. And again, over at Fragrance USA, $90 for tester, $100 for full presentation, plus my code CHAOS10 for 10% off. You can get it even less than those prices. It's a no-brainer. You got to have this one in your collection. So guys, I think that's going to do it for me. That was my thoughts on Cedrat Boisi by Mancera. I know this one is kind of getting to that point where it's been maybe overdone a little bit. I mean, it's easily the most popular from Mancera, along with a few others, AU Lemon Mint, and so on and so forth. But I do think this is a really good one. I think highly of Mancera. They're really one of my favorite niche brands, even though maybe I don't rave on about them as much as I do some other brands. Red Tobacco, Hindu Kush, Cedrat Boisi are a few of my favorites from the house. They make great fragrances. All of the 3 that I mentioned, and really all the ones that I have, are super, super long lasting. They are great bang for your buck. And of course, those other fragrances that I mentioned of Mancera are also over on Fragrance USA as well. Again, that's going to be your one-stop shop for niche fragrances if you want to get them at a discount. Again, a lot of these brands out there, and the Chanés and Xerjoffs and all of these others, typically aren't found on discounters. And the weird thing is if you find them on discounters, a lot of times they'll be more expensive than retail. So you're going backwards there. So check out Fragrance USA. Super fast shipping, great customer service, and their prices are rock bottom for niche fragrances. CHAOS10 for 10% off. Make sure you check them out. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.